speaking of Andy Reid is a top 5 head coach of all time. Right now, today, it's pretty obvious to me that Bill Belichick, Vince Lombardi, Don Shula, and Bill Walsh, in whatever order you want to put them in, those are the 4 best coaches in NFL history. If I were to throw in a 5th guy, I'm going to go with Andy Reid. The reason why I believe Andy Reid is the top 5 coach of all time is because you can make the argument that Andy Reid is the greatest offensive head coach in NFL history. He's that good when it comes to knowing X's and O's on offense, making adjustments, scheming his guys open, getting the most out of his players. Again, Andy Reid was winning games and winning his division with Alex Smith as his quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, in his first year as a starter, threw 50 touchdown passes. One of the reasons why that happened was because Patrick Mahomes is amazing, but you mean to tell me that Andy Reid didn't have something to do with that? I'm just saying. Even before Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid was excellent. 19 seasons worth of coaching without Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid won over 60% of his games, won the title of NFL Coach of the Year at one point. He was in the Final Four 5 times, and he at one point got to a Super Bowl, and he lost in that Super Bowl. But can we at least admit that losing to Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in a Super Bowl is not a crime? I don't think it is. I really don't. The Chiefs have won their division for 8 straight years and counting as we speak today. Mahomes already has 2 rings, and Mahomes has been in the Final Four every single season. We all know Patrick Mahomes is great, but right beside him, a common denominator has been Andy Reid. Now, I will say I don't know how much more Andy Reid will add on to his legacy. I think that he's going to add on actually a sizable amount of wins even over the next couple of years if he continues to coach, just because Andy Reid, he is 65 years old, so it's going to be very interesting to see how much longer he coaches and how much higher he can move up this list. If Andy Reid continues to win his division and get to Super Bowls, call me crazy if you want, but some people are going to sway towards the opinion of claiming Andy Reid might be the greatest head coach of all time. Because in a league that's increasingly becoming more offensive-centric compared to in the past where defenses were winning championships, if you can argue that Andy Reid's the greatest offensive head coach of all time, and he's got the rings to match it and the longevity, it's not crazy to say that he's already in that greatest head coach of all time conversation. So that's how I ultimately feel about Andy Reid. My favorite head coach of all time is Sean McVay, but right behind him, not too far behind, is Andy Reid, because I didn't even know if Andy Reid could pull off potentially another Super Bowl, because he's getting older, and I felt that as good as Kansas City was these past couple of years, they're winning 14 games, one year, 12 games the next. They're getting to Super Bowls. I felt that you could make the argument that the Chiefs had already peaked, but I was completely wrong. Andy Reid has taken it up another level. He's the best head coach in the NFL right now, a special coaching talent, and one of the greatest head coaches to ever live. He's already in my top 5 with a chance to move up as time goes on.